Sarah Dillon is the HR Director for CNAS and a Director of Professional Development for Staff Assembly. She has 10 years of HR experience with almost 8 years at UCR. She participates in a number of cross-campus initiatives, including New Highlander Welcome and New Employer Orientation, where she introduces new employees to the broad range of discounts available as UCR employees. She has a passion for sharing the great aspects of working at UCR and meeting with staff from across the campus. If you've been on Zoom with her, you've probably met one of her 5 cats who are just passionate about UCR. And unfortunately, they're not here with us today. And then Brittany Fraser is a 2018 UCR alumni with a degree in cellular, molecular, and developmental biology. She came from my unit. She currently serves as the purchasing and financial assistant for the University of California, Riverside in the Performing Arts Administration unit. Her main responsibilities include purchasing as well as contracting for performances and independent contractors. She previously worked as the events manager for CHAS facilities. Under that role, she managed over 940 events a year with a small amount of staff of 6 students. She has an immense passion for advising and leading her student staff as well as those around her. She now serves as the wellness ambassador for CHAS under the administrative subcommittee for staff assembly and is currently the president of LEAD. She has a cat and loves photography. Take it away, Miss Brittany and Sarah.
Thanks, Paige. All right, so I'm going to get us started. This is going to be a fairly informal session. Please ask your questions as they come up so that we can make sure y'all know anything you want to know about what we're offering here. If you have been to one of the new Highlander Welcome or new staff orientations that I have been at, this first part is going to be familiar to you. But please don't leave because we have a lot of other benefits that I don't normally cover in there that we're going to go over. So I am going to share my screen to show you all how you're going to navigate getting to some of these benefits. So start out at the hr.ucr.edu website. Okay. Under resources, you're going to click on employee resources. And it's going to bring up a whole bunch of different things that are available as employees here at UC Riverside. I'm going to go into a couple of them. You can explore the rest of them whenever you want. The first one I'm going to go into, it's our faculty staff assistance program right here. This is our benefit through ComPsych. If you were able to attend last week, they actually just did an intro to show everything that they have to offer. So I'm just going to do a quick overview because it is not just your typical employee assistance program. Okay, yes, they offer confidential counseling. Your department will never know if you take advantage of these resources. Everything you say is between you and ComPsych. Nothing ever gets reported to campus about that. But in addition to the confidential counseling that they offer, they also have these other interesting areas like financial advising. Okay? They can help you if you're trying to figure out tax issues or budgeting. You can work with them for legal support, and this is in addition to the legal plan that you can sign up for during open enrollment. And then the weirdest and I think coolest part of the benefit that they offer is the work-life solutions, where they can help with a whole wide range of things, from planning a wedding to buying a house to, finding different resources and things like that. They described it last week, and I'm going to describe it for you. If you need childcare, you can call them. They will connect you with one of their work-life solutions analysts or whatever, and they'll take you through a questionnaire. What is it that you're looking for? What are the days? What are the hours? Do you have budget concerns? Are there special needs related to this childcare? They'll hang up with you, and they will go to work, and they will find 3 to 5 solutions for you and then send those your way. They'll do all of the legwork of contacting those places to make sure there's still spots available, make sure it fits the needs that you have said that you have. Save yourself some time. Awesome, awesome resource. Okay, throwing that one out there. We go back onto our resources page. Okay, we've got some other stuff here, and we're going to go into the UCR discounts. So UCR discounts, a lot of you probably know we have a discount with extension. We have reduced fee enrollment if you're taking classes through UC Riverside. Some of the things that you might not be aware of, we have discounts with some different hotels in the area. So Mission Inn, we do get some discounted rates over there. Probably not when they've got the Christmas lights up. Okay, they're probably going to charge you full for that. But other parts of the year, you can absolutely explore that. The UCLA Conference Center up in Lake Arrowhead, we can get some discounted rates up there as UC employees. And then we have a bunch of different car rental places that offer different rates, different discounts. Sorry, just saw the chat pop up, got distracted. And then we also have a Shop Riverside community card that has discounts for a bunch of different things in this community. The big one on this page that I'm sure a lot of you have maybe heard me talk about, I don't get paid, I am not a paid sponsor, it is Tickets at Work. The information for logging into Tickets at Work is here, okay? The first time you log in, you're gonna use the UCR code. You're gonna use your UCR email address. If you're at Extension or School of Medicine or Engineering and you have those at, som.ucr.edu, don't do that, do at ucr.edu. It'll still go through, but that's how you make sure that it works with registering correctly. Okay, and you're gonna go log in, get yourself registered, and then Tickets at Work has all kinds of amazing discounts available for UC employees. Okay, we all have those days where everything is just a little too much and we need to dream a little dream of getting away. Okay, Tickets at Work is a great place to go if you need to just kind of explore, what could I do? I need to get far away from here. I'm going to go to London because I can't right now. It's too hot in Riverside in the summer. I need to get away. And you can see everything that they have on offer for you in London. All of the different tours, all of the hotels that are offered, the different shows, all of them will be kind of grouped together by the destination. Okay, they have a drop down of like really popular ones, but you can also search and see what they have on offer in other cities. And every city kind of has its own thing. I have an employee who was using Tickets at Work to buy swamp tour tickets for New Orleans a couple months ago. Wherever you're going, they've got their own niche thing, and that's a way to find out what are they offering. You can also get theme park tickets through Tickets at Work, movie tickets, show tickets. If you're, into Aladdin or Wicked, go get show tickets there. And then all of the different sports and concerts also sell tickets through Tickets at Work. And a lot of the time the discounts on here are better than you're going to find going through your regular vendors, going through your regular discount sites. So this is a great benefit for us here at UC Riverside. Make sure you, click around, explore it a little bit, find out what's on offer. Any questions so far?
Looks like you have a couple questions related to the HR benefits.
Okay. Only see the faculty and staff assistant. So I will drop the link for the main page for the discount so that everybody can see that. The cellular phone discounts used to be on this page. They disappeared in the last week or so. You can still call. It was AT&T, Verizon, and T-Mobile. You can call them and let them know you're a UCR employee and see if they're still offering the discounts. HR is in the process of revamping their website, and so I think that's why the icon disappeared, but those discounts should still be available. Okay. Yes, Tickets at Work is different than ASUCR discount, and yes, CompSite can help with exploring different, all kinds of different things if you have a need. So you can call and talk to them about, the car insurance and what they might be able to offer in terms of searching for the best rates. Oh, okay, and someone just posted cell phone links. Perfect. Looks like OP still hasn't posted. Okay, so that's that for this. And then another benefit that we just want to make sure you know about, we do have free RTA. So the Riverside Transit Agency, if you have your R card, if you have not gotten an R card yet, you can go on the UCR R card website, fill out the application, submit your picture. You do not have to take your picture in person. You can make it as beautiful as you want and then get it printed, and then you can use it to ride free on the RTA. Okay, so these are all on the UCR discount website. Again, I'll make sure that link gets in the chat once I'm done presenting this piece. The next part.
Sarah, real
yes.
quick before you move on.
Yep.
Someone had a question. For the shop Riverside, is this with the UCR or the card you buy from Riverside? I think they're referring to the, yes. Is that separate or is that part of our card?
So it is separate. Yes. Yeah, this is a separate card. Go ahead,
I
Brittany.
did drop the link in the chat for the HR employee resources.
Perfect. Yes. No, the R card is your UCR like ID card. It's how you can get in the library and all that stuff. I don't have my R card, but I know a lot of people do. So, all right. Next thing I wanted to point out is a couple of UC programs, benefits that we have that are a little bit different than you might see in other workplaces. So if you go on UCNet, University of California.edu, comp and benefits, okay, under other benefits, it details out some of the kind of extra benefits that we have on offer beyond our regular, health and welfare type things. So we have an adoption assistance plan where you can get reimbursement for up to $5,000 of eligible expenses regarding adoption. If that's something that you're exploring in your life, that's definitely a benefit that you're going to want to look into. Adoption can be very expensive, so make sure to check that out. It also has information on the Bright Horizons family support. You can look at their website to see what kind of benefits they offer. They can help with getting like preferred enrollment at participating childcare centers. There's tutoring and test prep resources. They also can connect you with senior care for, those of us who are in the sandwich generation where we're taking care of the people on the upper end and the people on the lower end. This can be a really great resource to help you connect with care on both sides. And then final one to point out is our pet insurance. If you want pet insurance, if you've got pets that, are brand new and don't have any issues yet, pet insurance can be helpful. Once they have issues, you can't qualify for pet insurance. So you have to get it while they're young. So benefits that are offered. And I'm going to hand it over to Brittany now. She'll cover the next section of things available.
So before I start, are there any questions for Sarah on any of that? I know it was a lot of information. Nope. Alrighty, so first thing I'm going to go through, let me share my screen, is our benefits through UCOP, particularly with travel and CNAS. So you can use CNAS for personal travel. There is a specific way to do it. When I have a minute, I'll drop this in the chat, but you do have to go to the UCOP CNAS page and then you sign in. There will be a drop down of what school you're in. You click UC Riverside and then you sign in with your net ID and password. Once you get here, you're going to click book online. And then all the way at the bottom of the page, there's this handy little button here for personal travel. So when you go into personal travel, it'll show you kind of all of your options that you have to actually book things for personal travel with discounts. So you can go through Southwest, United for flights. We get tons of discounts with Marriott using this code UC0. Enterprise has things and it's for personal purposes only. All of this is for your own personal travel. Wyndham Hotels and Resorts, Hertz for car rentals, Club Quarters Hotels. We get discounts with Amtrak specifically within California on the Pacific Surfliner. And then there's also some things with Airbnb. So There's lots to look at there, lots to do, but you specifically have to go through the travel.ucop.edu. After that, I'm going to go into a program we have here on campus called WorkStrong. I myself am currently in it. Typically, it's for employees who have had multiple workers' comp cases. So you've injured yourself in one way or another. If it's becoming a repetitive thing, they may have you go into a program called WorkStrong. Or depending upon the injury, your doctor may recommend it if they know about the program. It has a lot of different options that I've recently found out. So they have health and fitness benefits. There's stretching and mobility, fitness training, stress reduction. There's a nutrition management plan. They do a workplace safety assessment. They have fitness classes and then health and wellness coaching. And you actually work directly with the WorkStrong coordinator, which is Ed Marshall. So again, there's lots of programs within this. And I do know that part of this is you actually get a 6-month membership to the SRC as part of the program because they do work with you specifically at the SRC. They will work with you in your office if you need it. And so it is an option that we do have here on campus if you've had multiple injuries in a work-related way, or like I said, your doctor has recommended the program, it is here for you. The other thing that I want to go ahead and share with everyone is we do have 1 free month at the SRC every quarter. So this next one actually starts on April 1st, and I'm going to put the link in the chat for the event page for that. You basically sign up for the program, you get 1 free month of going to the SRC, and it happens once a quarter. It's part of our UCR wellness program. And let's see, what else am I going through?
It looks like there's some CNAS questions.
Alrighty.
Specifically accessing the CNAS link. Is there a trick to this?
Typically not. I see that you're on campus trying to log in. You may have to. It's really strange. What I'm going to do is reach out to UCOP, I guess, and find out why some people don't have access to that page, because everybody should have access to that page to book for personal travel, and find out what the issue is. And then I'll report out to this group specifically and try to find some more information as to why people are not able to log in. I do apologize for that.
Sounds good, Brittany. When we troubleshooted it, obviously Brittany and I are both able to log in, so we didn't see any issue with the link. So hopefully they're able to get that squared away quickly up at UCOP.
Yes, and I'm going to find out exactly why that not.
So the next thing I wanted to talk about, we have a very extensive catalog of training programs at UC Riverside. Our employee and organizational development team has tons and tons of resources available online. I'm going to show you. Okay, this is our UCR Learning Center. You all should be familiar with it. It's where you get to do the fun cybersecurity training and the sexual violence harassment prevention training, all the other fun and wonderful trainings. But in addition to the mandatory things that we have to do, there's also a lot of really great programs that are available on here. Just to point out one way that you can kind of access things. When you log in, you can go right here on your learner dashboard. And when it loads, what it'll show you is some upcoming courses. You can see CompPsych, which is the FSAP program. They have a bunch of upcoming classes. This is where you can see what's coming up on the calendar. You can also see what the EOD team is going to be offering in terms of the different Franklin Covey courses that are coming out. You can see what new courses have recently been released. You can see a lot of them are related to HRMS since they just rolled out a new recruitment system in there. You can see popular topics and see how they're kind of grouped together. So if you have something that you're trying to explore in your career, you can jump in and say, like, I want to learn some more about finance administration, and you can click on there and see all of the activities that are cataloged under that. In addition, back on the homepage, you can see the LinkedIn Learning. This is an amazing benefit, okay? LinkedIn Learning has tons of courses on both hard skills and soft skills. So if you're like me, you use Excel occasionally, you know how to maybe put together a pivot table, but you don't know how to do anything beyond, getting it to pivot. You don't know how to do macros. Apparently that's a thing in Excel for the fancy people out there. You can go on LinkedIn Learning and you can search for courses on those things, and you can become an expert in a variety of different software programs out there. It also has soft skills to learn about communication and leadership, all kinds of different topics available on here. You can basically search through. It has AI-powered coaching. I've never used it, but it's there. AI, the keyword of the day there. So this is a great benefit that's available to us. Don't miss out on getting to explore these things. Make sure you're checking it out, especially if you're trying to develop into higher level roles. This is a great way to kind of build some of your skills up so that you're ready for the next opportunities when they come up. Stop share, and we're going to go ahead. Any questions in there? Yes, LinkedIn Learning offers the Lean Six Sigma. If you're into those process improvement type things, all of that's in there. Lots of cool stuff. Are there any questions on any of the things that we've covered so far? So these are all the different discounts, the benefits, the resources out there. Any questions on any of those? All right. Then what we're going to go into next. Oh, Kelly, yes.
Yeah, thanks so much, Sarah. I appreciate you guys putting this together for everybody. I think it's a wonderful resource. Any idea about discounts that UCR employees might be able to get by some of the local restaurants, like over in the village or close to the campus community, over Canyon Crest maybe?
That is an excellent question. There isn't anything published online for us to have kind of an easy repertoire to find. I don't actually know what some of the different restaurants around here offer. Some of the ones over in like UV, they seem to change out so frequently that I don't know if they even offer anything for UCR employees. If anybody is aware of any discounts, please drop them in the chat. I see Sierra's got all the info here. Aloha Pizza will give you a discount with your R card. So another reason to get your R card.
Mm-hmm. Great, thank you so much.
If anybody else knows of any different food places or other things, please go put them in the chat. Okay. So the next thing that we're going to go through, we're going to go over some of the affinity groups that are here on campus, because those are a really great resource available to us as UCR staff. It's a way to be able to connect with other people who have similar goals or similar backgrounds, or who may be experiencing similar things in their roles. So definitely explore. It's hard to find some of the affinity groups if you don't already know they exist. It's the same with some of our discounts. If you don't already know it exists, you don't know to go looking for it. So the first affinity group that we have on our list is BFASA. So that's our Black faculty and staff affinity group. I think Brittany is going to drop the link for that in the chat. So information can be found there. I don't know how often they meet, but I've met several of the people in that group. They're pretty awesome. Highly recommend it. Paige, thank you. Paige is part of BFASA. They meet monthly, so thank you so much. The next affinity group to point out is the Highlanders with Cubs. So this is the faculty, staff, student group. for UCR people with kids. So you can go, you can share the triumphs and the struggles of having kids. I have cat kids, so I can't speak to what they're talking about in there.
And I will say they are currently on a break, but should be coming back soon.
And when they are active, I believe they're another group that meets monthly. It's just kind of a social get together. And that is Highlanders with Cubs. Brittany, I'll let you talk about the next one on our list.
I have my first. Forget it.
So our next group on our list is LEAD. I'm the current president of LEAD. We are a staff organization focused primarily on professional development for staff across campus. We do focus primarily on leadership skills and preparing those who are aspiring to be leaders to become those leaders on campus. So we focus a lot on leadership skills. We have a monthly leadership series is what we call it. And then we also we're co-sponsoring this conference. We're part of the Highlander Mentor Connection program. So we have a lot of great things that happen. You can check out our website. Sarah just dropped that in the chat. And then on our website, you can also sign up for our email listserv. And Sarah will take the next one.
All right, the next affinity group is Staff Assembly. Y'all probably have heard of Staff Assembly since you are here at this conference. We are one of the co-sponsors of the event. Staff Assembly is a group of volunteer staff from across campus. Our big mission is creating an amazing community to work in. So we have a variety of different programs to that end. We have professional development. I'm the director of professional development. So we do lunch and learns. We work on this conference. We have scholarships available for staff who are doing professional development or working on a degree. It's not a lot of money because Staff Assembly is paid for through staff contributions. So it's $250 once a year, but that can make a dent. It certainly helps, especially if you're going for like certificate programs. We also do a variety of different events throughout the year. Coming up next month, we have Thank Goodness for Staff Week. If you are new and you haven't participated in one in the past, make sure you get there early when we do the Stuff Your Own Bear event. Get yourself your own Scotty Bear. That one's always popular and sells out early. Brittany's got hers on display right now. And I say sells out early, but it is free. So it's just a first come, first serve. We'll also have the therapy pets back in. Well, they're not therapy pets, but all pets are therapy. So you can come pet some dogs or cats during a break at work. We also do some staff recognition programs. We have a monthly Get Recognized program along with an annual Outstanding Staff Award program. All of these things are put on by Staff Assembly. We work hard all year. We have an amazing group of volunteers supporting various different committees. So if you wanted to get involved, there is absolutely a role for you with us. We would love to have you. So you can check out our website, find out more about volunteering there, or just come join us at one of the events, get to chatting with us and get to learn more.
Real quick, we did have a question. Someone was able to get into Connexus, but it looks like they're asking for a company ID number. Where can we find this info / would you happen to have that on hand by chance?
Unfortunately, I do not. Sarah, do you remember did you have to sign up or did you just sign in and it worked?
I just signed in and it worked. I'm sorry, everybody. We'll get that figured out. We'll make sure it gets sent out to everybody. You know, if it works for you, you don't know these are going to be problems. So.
You don't. And I did also see a question about goat yoga for Staff Assembly. I know I was a part of that. I don't know if they're doing another one. That was part of extra funds that were given for COVID. So
and goat yoga is very expensive.
Very expensive.
I don't know that we're planning it for this year because it is kind of a costly thing. Those goats, you know, they need all that insurance or something. You have goats they can use. Okay. I love goats. Goats are the best. Okay, next up on our list of affinity groups, We have the previously incarcerated affinity group. So this is for people who were formerly incarcerated and system impacted. You can check out their upcoming event. Brittany just dropped the link in the chat. The one after that, we've got our Latina Chicana staff faculty group. They do have an acronym, LCSFG, because we do love our acronyms on this campus. If that's an identity that applies to you, you can absolutely feel free to check that one out. Not necessarily an affinity group, but something that's fun and I think amazing. We have a faculty and staff game night. If you aren't already aware of that, there is a group that gets together to play board games on campus. To find out more, it looks like we have an email address that you can reach out to find out when the next event is scheduled for.
Yeah, they haven't posted anything on the UCR events page, so I would just send an email to this email. It says they meet monthly. I'm not entirely sure how active they are currently, but I know that it is a thing that has happened.
Okay. Next up, we have AMP. So AMP just had a conference at the beginning of this month. Some of you may have been able to attend that because it was here in Riverside. UCR hosted an amazing, successful event that all of the UC campuses came in attendance to. It is on our campus, it is the academic management professionals. Across the UC system, it's actually referred to as the administrative management professional group. So if you are in a position where you are managing in an academic unit, this is a great place to make some connections, get some resources on how to do that. And it's a great bunch of people. So highly recommend that. Brittany, you want to take the next one?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm sure you're getting tired there, Sarah. So next up, we have the Disability Network. So there is a group of people on our campus that, advocate for people with disabilities and really help to work with that group. I'm going to go ahead and drop that link in. Next up, we do have staff scholars. So this is a group on campus that is employees that are actually currently going through school. Most of them, I do believe, to get their graduate degrees, but they do meet to go through different things. Shelly, I see that you just dropped that they're joining tomorrow at 11 a.m. Shelly is going to be giving a presentation on that. I don't know if you want to share any more, Shelly, at this time.
Yeah, not a problem. Of course, there's definitely a space for that. So it's for folks who might be interested in pursuing their education or continuing their education, folks who might be currently pursuing or maybe thinking about it. And in my case, I've finished, but I lead the group and we have conversations about how to support each other while being full-time staff members and sometimes full-time students. It can be challenging. So having a support system becomes very helpful. So tomorrow we're going to talk a little bit about leveraging or balancing work, life, school, me, Dennis MacGyver, and Adam Eck.
Thank you so much for that. I know I haven't been a part of that group, but I've slowly but surely been being talked into it as I am looking at pursuing my graduate degree myself. And then last but not least, we have the LGBTQ plus staff and faculty hour. Sarah went ahead and dropped that link in the chat. I do believe that's time for our LGBT community within staff to really connect with one another. So as we've said, lots of groups, lots of links. I know it's a lot of information. You're more than welcome to reach out to myself. I'm sure Sarah is fine if you reach out to us regarding any questions or anything. But that is the great gist of what we had. So if there's any questions about any of it, please feel free.
And if you don't want to ask now or you come up with a question later, like Brittany said, please feel free to reach out to either one of us or both of us. I'm more than happy to answer any questions or make sure you get a link if you missed it in the fray here.
And I just put my email in the chat. And also, as I said, I'm going to look into that Connexus issue and I'll send an email out to all of you. I do have access to the registration page, so I'll make sure all of you have access. Nancy.
It helps if you turn your mic on. I wanted to add a little to the pet insurance, because I've used it, and I think that it is a really great resource. That with the pet insurance, so say for instance, your pet has one issue, you can, and there might be even older, you can still sign up. It's and then if something new comes along, that would be covered, but the old things wouldn't be covered. Why am I losing my words right now? Pre-existing conditions don't count. But I signed up our like 10-year-old dog, and we were still able to cover him for other things that came up as the time went on. So even if your pet is older, don't be discouraged. I think I'm so glad I signed up, and it's been so great. So yeah. Highly encourage it. And thank you for all this. This has been great. I'm already getting my tickets for my baseball games, so thank you.
And thank you for sharing that, Nancy. I've never signed up for the pet insurance. You would think with 5 I'd be tempted, but cats when they're young are kind of low maintenance. So
Yeah. Oh, and Abby signed up. Don't worry, Sarah.
oh good. Glad to hear that.
She's all good. Thank you.
And you can sign up for that at any moment. It's not
an open
with
enrollment.
open enrollment. It's separate.
Guadalupe asked a great question. If there's a central location where we can find a list of all of the affinity groups, there is the website that you put in there, Guadalupe. It has some of them. Unfortunately, it is a little out of date. There are so many affinity groups on our campus that aren't represented on that page. As Brittany and I were coming up with the list, we were kind of shocked at how many we could come up with. And that's part of why we wanted to make sure that was part of this presentation, because there isn't a central spot to go find all of them. Karina, you have a comment about any info on scholarships or financial assistance for UCR future students with parents who work at UCR. So currently the UC does not offer any type of discount for dependents of UC staff. However, it is something that is being advocated for at the UCOP level. We are, staff assembly has been pushing for it. CUCSA, the Council of UC Staff Assemblies, they've been pushing for it. It is something that we're saying would be a huge benefit, especially, with how expensive college gets.
And for those that were not able to attend the session prior to this, our staff regents, our staff advisors to the regents actually did speak on this during that session. And it is something that was in the works of kind of being processed in the last couple of months. It's currently being held up with the Office of the President, with President Drake himself. So this could be something that we actually look at potentially coming soon, but we don't know exactly when.
It would definitely be awesome. And then would it be possible to get a copy of the chat?
So we do have this lovely list of all the things that we've talked about. We'll go ahead and clean it up and we'll get it sent out to all of you.
Any final questions? All right. Well, thank you all for attending. Hearing
yes, and we will go ahead and pass it back to Paige for a little bit more information to be shared.
Thank you, Brittany and Sarah, for that wonderful presentation. It's awesome. It's really cool to learn the different things that we have on campus. And I've been here for a few years as well, and I had no idea that we had these different resources to us. So greatly appreciated. And for everyone, we hope that you enjoyed your time here with us today, because I sure did. And as you know, our goal is to keep the UCR Staff Conference 100% free. And we couldn't do that without the generous support of our sponsors, the UCR Staff Assembly, LEAD, UCR Human Resources, Employee and Organizational Development, and Schools First Credit Union. And just a few reminders, the conference will be uploaded to the UCR's Learning Management System in the next following weeks. And we will be having an in-person closing ceremony for the first time tomorrow, and that'll be at 2:00 p.m. at the Alumni Center. And I'm going to drop a link in the chat for you guys to RSVP. I wish we
And
could accommodate like everybody.
It is only for the
Yes,
first
sir.
150 people, and the link is also in that resources tab at the bottom. We do have the link in there for that.
You. Yeah. Go to the link where she said. We also, LEAD is also having nominations for their executive board that is opening up soon. And us as staff assembly, we're going through board elections as well. And next week, you guys will be able to vote. And lastly, if you like to sign up for the EOD listserv, I'll drop the link in the chat as well, or it might be in the resources section. But once again, thank you for joining us, and we hope to see you at the next session tomorrow.